The closer your neighbors are, the less freedom you have. You give up a lot to live in town, but once you get out here, out beyond the strip malls and the Starbucks, things get a little more relaxed. Shoot a gun in the metro and the police are sure to show up. But when your closest neighbor is a mile away, nobody cares. In the city, close proximity necessitates additional regulations. But out in the boonies, you can still have a thought, a dream, or an absolutely crazy idea and just go for it. Assuming you don't stray too far from the law, what happens on your side of the fence stays on your side of the fence. That's the beauty of living out here in rural Oklahoma. We still get to be ourselves and enjoy life as we see fit. As such, this week we travel to Kendrick and Bennington and check in on the Smiths and David Mantle as they pursue life, liberty, and happiness on their little slices of heaven. Was that fun?
This program is sponsored in part by the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. The OERB is voluntarily funded by Oklahoma's oil and natural gas producers and royalty owners, and their funds are being used for well site restoration and student education all across the state. Since 1993, the OERB has restored more than 13,000 orphaned and abandoned well sites at no cost to landowners or taxpayers, employing Oklahoma contractors all along the way. The OERB is proud to serve the state of Oklahoma.
I need the Oklahoma wind to run open through my veins. I need the Indian grass to cut right through these long and lonesome days homeward bound. I'm homeward bound. I hear the scissor tail calling me from the redbud trees. I hear the topwater roar in the still of the day as the bass enjoy their feast homeward bound. I'm homeward bound. Whoa.
A couple years ago, I helped David Mantle buy a ranch. From the very beginning, he just wanted a place where he could go and shoot. So join us today as I teach him how to drive a bulldozer and build his own shooting range. So we've sort of got a natural rise right there that we can build to.
See, and I like this way, and I think there is a house right over there, but we got the creek back there, and then we got the other kind of pond right here that's got a little bit of a
hump to
it also.
Yep, so we can just build with what's already there.
This is probably kind of where I'd maybe want to do the house, in between both ponds.
Ah, I see.
And then that way I just walk right out and
go to shoot?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can sit on the back porch.
Put it right there on that hump. There's the electric line.
Okay, yeah, there's one.
And your water's just right down there.
Yeah.
Now, David, from here, your property's sloping off in a big way in that direction.
Yep.
So I would guess that you'd probably start shooting from about here.
This would be fine with me.
And then we can go over to that other ridge there and start building.
You can kind of see where it rises and stuff, and you've got woods there too.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll just dig out into that hill.
Yep.
And pile up behind it. But we're going to dig down, so you're basically not only shooting into a hill, but you're also sort of shooting down.
That's what I want to do, and then bring some out to the sides too, just in case.
Because every bullet has an attorney's name on it.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to make sure it doesn't get away.
Got to be careful.
You got to be careful. Now, do you want a shorter range here for like pistols? To put one up close, put another berm close?
You know what? I've seen that where I've gone before is just have like a kind of just a high berm right there where you can just stand back, and just, 10 or 15 feet, yeah.
Yeah, and just lay into it. That way you could shoot from right here, you could shoot rifles, and if you got your pistol, then you can just pick it up and you can shoot here, and you're not having to change your actual spot you're shooting from.
That's why, because I think wherever
is going to be the stationary spot,
Yeah.
or the main spot. I'm going to probably later come in and build a,
Like a shed over?
yeah, a little shed, you know, just something with a roof.
Yep. Get you out of the sun, because it's going to be.
Oh, it's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot out here in the summer. Now, let me ask you this: how wide do you want it to be?
Tell you the truth, it don't really need to be that wide, because I'm thinking about maybe 2 lanes would probably be about, what, 20 feet?
Yeah.
I like the idea of shooting down,
down.
because at least it's going to go in the dirt.
Yeah.
I don't want any ricochets or anybody's livestock or anybody.
Yeah. And this is all good soil here. I've not seen any evidence of rock or anything like that. So
I haven't either. Well, we just walked through water.
Muck, yeah.
Yeah.
So we should be good.
I'm glad I found that out too.
Yeah.
Because last time it was so dry.
Now, here's what we'll do, David. We're going to go up here to this bulldozer. We're going to show you how to run this thing.
Yeah, because I've never run one before.
I've run one twice. That makes me the expert.
I've run a wheelbarrow race.
Let's do it.
That is the truth, though.
All right, David. Getting on a dozer is about like getting on a horse. You get on the left side, but if you'll notice, it's got these big pads here.
Yes.
That's actually for you to climb up. It's got the handhold here, so you just walk right up the track, and then you go. So it's that easy. Now on a dozer, as slow as they are and everything, you probably think, well, I don't need to wear my seatbelt. But actually, you really do.
Okay.
And the reason you do is because these things don't have suspension, okay?
Oh.
It's all solid steel. So if you go over a big bump, this thing's like a catapult. So if that front end goes over something and tips, it's going to throw you right into this windshield. I've done it once. I won't do it again. So wear your seatbelt.
Okay, good deal.
Nice, comfy, air ride seat. It's going to be great. But you start off, and then the blade is just like a joystick. Back is up. You can twist it side to side, and you can even pick it up, and you can make ditches. Go diagonally. You can roll that back, forward, any way you want. 6-way blade. It's great and easy to use. Then this handle right here is just your forward, your reverse, your side to side. So you basically set up in here with your throttle control, and you're able to control the movement of the backhoe with the left hand and the movement of the blade with the right hand. So you're able to go exactly where you want to go. And for anybody starting out, it's best to take it nice and easy and slow until you start getting a little confidence. And then that's when you really need to pay attention, because you should start thinking you know something, and that's when you're probably going to really mess something up. It's best, especially starting out, to take small cuts. With a dozer, it's easy to start creating more problems than you're fixing. So take it slow. All right, Mantle,
All right.
let's do this thing.
Here comes the city boy.
It's got to look good for the camera. And we're standing right where he's going to be digging, so once he gets a little closer, we'll move. That's good. Perfect. Learning on the fly. Take off. So what he's having a hard time with right now is judging where his blade is and whether he's cutting in or he's actually getting his blade up so high that he's not getting anything at all. And it just takes some practice. Nothing, you know, nothing really makes up for the practice. So I'm gonna leave him alone, just let him drive the thing. It's gonna look ugly, but we'll fix it up, make it look better later. What I'm gonna try to do is take his hump out for you.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is as your tracks start to go up over this hump,
Yep.
it's pulling the front of the blade off the ground and you're just dropping your dirt.
Yep.
So I'm gonna try to get that smoothed out, that hump out for you, so you can get going again. And I'm gonna fan it out on around to about this angle.
Okay. Well, you know more than me.
Is it fun though?
It's not bad.
Not bad?
No, we need some Leonard Skinner.
Oh, well, this thing may have a radio on it. We're gonna start dropping that blade a little bit. Go ahead and start carving the top of that off. We'll come back to about right there where that drops off. We'll catch that again. Flatten that out a little bit. Just like playing in your old sandbox. Just a bigger toy. Bigger toy. Okay, so I got one question for you.
Certainly.
What was that like for you?
Well, it wasn't too bad for me. I kind of scared at first, I guess. I don't know why I was worried about moving dirt, but after I got the hang of it, it was kind of fun.
Well, and that's sort of the point of this show, is people look at a bulldozer and that's like unattainable to them. They never even think that they could run one, but it's two joysticks, is all it is. It's really easy. It is a powerful piece of machinery, but you can rent these things by the day like you've done, and we were not doing complicated dirt work.
Nope.
We just need to do something simple that you could shoot into safely. You can save a bunch of money, rent this thing yourself, have a little fun running it, and do exactly what you want to do.
That's right.
On your schedule, and not have to wait.
That's right.
So I mean, that to me, that's what we sort of wanted people to get out of this is doable.
Oh yeah. And this is what I've been wanting to do, so
yeah,
we got it done.
So we're gonna get the guns out now. We're gonna shoot a little. You ready?
Oh sure.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's burn some ammo. Looks like you're bullseyeing it.
You want to do a couple?
Yeah. Let me borrow your ears first. That is a cool gun.
Yeah.
I like that. No recoil. Like you said, it's all right in your shoulder.
It's right here.
That is awesome.
It's Israeli.
Well, what I was doing, shoot, and it would go up and to the right, and but it'd come right back to the same spot on target every time. I was just sitting there pulling the trigger. I was actually hitting it, shooting that fast. That's crazy. I'm a deadly man. It's just dirt. It's just dirt. Let's just go have some fun.
It's my dirt.
Yeah, it's your dirt. We can do whatever we want to with it. And just because you live out in the country and you have a little land, that doesn't mean you can start randomly shooting any direction you want to.
Even though there's mainly just woods behind us and we're quite a ways out, you never know when someone might be walking through the woods on the adjoining property, and you can't count on a tree stopping your bullet. So what I did is, in the background you can see a little berm that I built. Just pushed up some soil about 4 feet high. It's probably about 5 feet thick, and try to shoot at the base of it whenever I'm shooting, give myself as much room for error as possible. And that way it's just being conscientious of my neighbors, being as safe as I can. So now let's have a little fun. That is awesome.
People try to justify buying land in a lot of different ways. There's no doubt that it's a major investment. However, it's worth every penny to have a place where the family can get away from the distractions of this world and the kids can just be kids. It's life well spent.
I'm Daryl Schmidt, my wife Stacy, my daughter Madison. Welcome to the Trail's End.
Well, you've owned this place for what, 4.5 hours?
4.5 hours now.
We had to look around for how long to find you a place? 6 months?
6 months seriously, 18 months before that.
We got tired of looking, so.
Yep, finally had to do something.
You just had to do something, give up.
Yep, gave up, listened to you and gave up.
Yeah, that's how I just wear people down that way. Well, you've bought 80 acres here at Kendrick. And what we want to do today is sort of get a feeling of what it looks like now.
Right.
Get an idea of what the family vision for this place is, what you intend to do, and sort of what your next steps are.
Well, great. Well, there's a lot of next steps. We're excited about it. Our whole family is excited about it. I have 2 sons. We want to have this as recreation for our family.
Yeah.
We'd like to have a place to come out where it's quiet, a place we can just kind of relax together. And, you know, this property has so much potential. We're sitting amongst rocks that really attracted us to it, the topography, the inclines that they have in the real estate, the meadows, the trees, the woods, the ponds, the creeks.
Yeah.
All those things really attract us. However, we realize it's 80-some acres, and we are going to start one little step at a time, and it's going to take us time. We picked this place because we're close to a pond, got these rocks here, and of course the trees to start out with, and just take one little bite at a time and work our way outside of this area here. Because we're going to spend a lot of time here among the rocks and the trees and the water that's close by, wildlife that we've seen already.
What have you been seeing?
Turkey. We've seen quite a few turkey, a lot of deer track, ducks.
Ducks.
Already seen ducks coming off the pond.
Wow.
So we're excited about the whole thing.
So what's your next project? What are you going to start doing?
Our next project is right here. We want to work on the trees and pull the dead ones that are in the pond out of the pond, get those all piled up and burned off, get those stumps out of here, pull that pond down and see if we can't clear it out somewhat, get some water in there that, you know, deepen it, widen it out a little bit. If we can get all that kind of taken care of in the next several months, we'll have done way more than I expect.
You've got a beaver.
Yes.
Really working your pond over.
Hopefully a beaver that's moved on, but we don't know yet.
Well, you have to address that if he comes back.
No doubt about it.
He's doing a lot of damage here. Now the state has trappers.
And we will have the state come out. And if that beaver is back, we will have the state come out.
He will be apprehended and escorted off the property.
Escorted off the property, never to return again.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea. What do you think you guys will mainly do for fun out here?
Well, all of our children like to ride dirt bikes, so we're going to do that. My 2 sons enjoy hunting, shooting shotguns, so we're going to do some of that.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to come out here and relax and enjoy.
Get
and
away.
Part of it is to make, you know, everything we try to do is to make things that we find better. And we know we can make this property better. We just know it.
Well, one of the things that you and I have in common is we both grew up on a farm.
We did.
And I know that you're a lot like me in that you sort of a little bit sentimental about that. You want a tractor.
Yes, have to have a tractor.
You will be green acres out here on your old tractor. Well, why don't we go take a walk around and see some of this stuff you're talking about?
We'll go take a stroll.
Let's do it. And you're gonna mow this more than you think you are.
No, I understand that. And this isn't even the best track to mow.
Yeah.
You know, this is rough, but I'm wanting to mow that other side in particular. We want to get the weeds out of there.
Are you gonna try to shake your pecan trees? You know you can depreciate them if you do.
And shaking them means what?
Shake them. They
Oh,
have
for the pecan crop?
For the pecans, yeah.
Well, we'll cut the large wood out of it.
Okay, you're gonna make that firewood?
Yeah.
Okay.
We burn firewood.
Burn, baby, burn.
When you first buy land, everything is new and exciting. You just don't know what to expect. On this day, we hear some wild turkeys across the creek. I have spent, and some would say misspent, much of my life imitating animal sounds. I don't buy collars, I just use my own natural abilities. Now watch as Daryl and I have a little fun with a Jake.
Get that camera off that tripod, man.
Must have gone around that way.
He's gone. Yeah, he saw us. That is crazy. Okay, well, we've talked enough. You need to get to work.
I do need to get to work. I brought my chainsaw just for that purpose.
Get to it. I'm tickled for you. Glad you got a place you like.
We do. Thanks, Kelly. We're glad you were able to help us put it together.
Yes, sir. No problem.
My, how time flies when you're having fun. It seems like just yesterday, but it actually was 2 years ago when Jack Moore and I first talked about creating a land management show. One of our initial fears was that we would run out of ideas, but something unexpected happened along the way. People like you started calling and emailing about your land and projects, so we started going out and filming them. Consequently, as we say goodbye to our first season, we can give you a glimpse into the future of the show. Just to name a few segments, in Season 2, we will take you along on a tornado cleanup, learn a little about managing a trophy bass lake, watch how the drought affects Lake Texoma, and maybe even crawl down into another cave or jet back down to Costa Rica. Lastly, the worst kept secret of the show is that our favorite part has always been the lanyap. So as we say goodbye to Season 1, we give you one last helping of some of our funnier moments. Do you have an Oklahoma property that you'd like some help with or that you'd like to see on our show? Drop us a line at landdoctors.com or our Facebook page. You never know, you might get to show off your land doctoring skills.
I need the Oklahoma wind to run open through my veins. I need the Indian grass to cut right through these long and lonesome days homeward bound. I'm homeward bound. I hear the scissor tail calling me from the redbud trees. I hear the topwater roar in the still of the day as the bass enjoy their feast homeward bound. I'm homeward bound. Whoa, I recognize that front porch light from a mile away. Whoa, this is a place that for all my life I have longed to stay, where I want to stay.
This is what we call a goat roundup. Oh, they're goats. Wow, she's doing great with them. Good job. Sending the goats to the other pasture. That is awesome. 10-year-old Madison. Take your helmet off. Was that fun? You really owe me a lot. You should thank me. Right now.
Yeah, there is that.
You know?
We just owe that turkey sighting to Kelly Hurt. Is that what you were looking for?
This is your #1 rule in business. Drive slow and grease often. And we live in a world that's just in too big of a hurry. Now that's just the honest truth. This right here is a good lesson on being patient. Now it took a whole lot longer. I mean, I've been feeding this hog for 3 or 4 months. It takes a whole lot of time.
So it's not as quick as McDonald's?
No, sir, it ain't.
A little bit better?
A whole lot better.
Oklahoma, as far as I'm concerned, is the last freedom.
Yeah.
There's no more freedom nowhere else. Where you can actually buy something that you can afford and be able to do what you want without a bunch of rules and regulations, you know.
This is mighty good living.
Yeah. Yeah, you can catch fish and I can hunt here. And like I say, it's not a real big place, but to me it's a lot.
This program is sponsored in part by the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. The OERB is voluntarily funded by Oklahoma's oil and natural gas producers and royalty owners, and their funds are being used for well site restoration and student education all across the state. Since 1993, the OERB has restored more than 13,000 orphaned and abandoned well sites at no cost to landowners or taxpayers, employing Oklahoma contractors all along the way. The OERB is proud to serve the state of Oklahoma.
Daddy, where did those come from?
Well, let me tell you.
Great Plains Kubota, your Oklahoma Kubota dealer and proud sponsor of the Land Doctors. Kubota, for Earth, for life. This program is sponsored and produced by the Land Doctors Management Group. We all know that Oklahomans belong to the land, but even the best of us need a little help from time to time. If you've got a spot of land that you love but would like to make it even better, we're here to help. Whether it's wildlife, water management, natural resources management, environmental cleanup, or even real estate development, these doctors are always on call.
I love the smell of fresh dirt in the morning. It smells like victory.